How do microfeatures seek to influence the spectator in one key scene or sequence from The Imposter and Amy? We're looking at sound, editing and cinematography.
In the film The Imposter, Leighton uses reconstructed footage to create a more cinematic experience for the spectator through his use of sound, editing and cinematography.
Look at the close-ups and slow-paced camera movement Leighton uses in the reconstructed footage. This makes the scene more dramatic and fits more into the thriller genre,
when I first
building tension for the spectator.
The shelter, they put me on the phone with Jonathan Duran, who said that he worked for a shelter, and that
the use of a score in the reconstructed footage of this sequence creates a more filmic experience, making the spectator feel as if they are there as the events unfold.
Nicholas was sitting next to me, but he was very scared, he was very traumatized, and he didn't want to talk to no one.
He sounded very responsible, very concerned.
Notice how Bourdin is filmed close up, so that we are eye level with him as he looks right into the camera. Leighton uses shallow focus, so his background is literally blurred. Whilst Nicholas's sister is shot at mid-shot with deep focus, and she looks and talks both off camera. This invites the spectator to connect with Bourdin, but sets us up to fall for his accusation later in the documentary, and we see how, like Nicholas Barclay's family, we might have been tricked.
Listen to what Leighton does here.
That he's been hurt, that certainly he's been abducted.
Bourdin lip-syncs to the recording of the phone call. This makes what he says seem more reliable, however it also reveals the extent of the lies he's told.
Here you can see how Leighton uses voiceover to make it seem more cinematic and tie the reconstructed footage in with the interviews. There is also the idea that a voiceover is seen as the truth, and we trust the narrator that is created from this. Leighton edits between the two interviews in a way that presents it as a conversation with Bourdin, having reaction shots to what the sister says.
I wanted to hear his voice.
No.
We see his reaction as if it is to what she has just said.
Talk to her pretending to be Nicholas because I wasn't Nicholas and she was sister. So that would have been a risk, too big a risk for me. But
as the sequence progresses, the pace between the edits increases, heightening the tension and making for a more cinematic experience.
Nothing. I love you, Nicholas. I want to take you back home with me. I'm gonna take you, baby. I'm gonna come and get you, and maybe you're here.
The score, combined with the use of sound effects such as the tone of the phone or the flicker of the lights, helps to add to the mysterious feeling of the
crying on the phone.
This draws the spectator in and heightens the tension, and this is carried right through to the end of the sequence, where we're left with a high-angle shot of the police office as we hear the static sound of the lights flickering off.
I washed our brain.
This shot over London in Primrose Hill is symbolic of a new chapter heading of her relationship with Blake. The long pan down shows a bright day and green hills, symbolising her happiness with Blake.
Notice the slow pan down of the picture. The pace allows us to pay attention to Amy, and it goes with the slow pace of Blake's voice and evokes sympathetic emotions from the audience.
Maybe that was our nature. I used to ask her why was she promiscuous and why she was more like a man with sex. It's indicative of somebody that's had a traumatic event, maybe sexually themselves. Sort of made sense to me from the way she was. She'd just say it's nothing, I weren't abused when I was a kid, nothing like that.
The introduction of a score of low-pitched strings, as Blake explains both his and Amy's mental struggles, both conveys a dark feeling and the problems Amy's faced. This invites the spectator to sympathise with her.
I cut my wrist when I was 9 years old. I don't know if I wanted to necessarily die. I just wanted my mum to leave my stepdad. Me and Amy were quite similar.
I fell in love with someone who I would have died for. We were in love, and we were together. And that's like a real drug, isn't it?
Papadia uses the crossfade between the photos in the park to Amy's written lyrics of Some Unholy War to link Amy's feelings and relationship with Blake to the song. This allows the spectator to gain more of an insight and understanding into how the events of Amy's life led to the creation of the successful songs we know today.
This is then accompanied by the audio of the song, which further allows the spectator to understand the events in Amy's life behind the meaning of the song, allowing the spectator to sympathise with her.
He uses close-ups on her writing in order to focus our attention on the lyrics of the song, with the montage of photos of her happy with Blake in the background. This allows the audience to feel happy for her and makes us understand the importance of her music in her life.
It's important to notice that although this sequence is about the presence of Blake in Amy's life and their relationship, the sequence ends back with Amy as we slowly zoom in on a photo of the singer, looking somewhat troubled. Papadia does this to allow us to connect with Amy and witness the emotional effect her relationship has on her as a person.